This is Season 6 of Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Why would a dentist love the common garden snail?
How much straw can actually break a camel's back? Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy. Welcome to episode 22, the season finale of season 6, where we and our staff scoured the internet and other sources to get totally useless information just for you.
Plus, we'll answer your mailbag question, useless facts, and more. And the headline from news from around the world, be really careful what you wish for.
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know.
So, Heidi Klum, is that the question?
Heidi, what did you say? Heidi Klum what?
You said be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. Oh, look what happens here.
Oh, yeah. All about sex.
Boy, you know, this is proof right there that we don't rehearse anything, and thank goodness for that. But in case the lawyers
We actually did that jingle together here in Florida.
That's right. It was the lady who does the imaging voice, Roy and myself, and we just gathered around the kitchen table.
That was funny.
Yeah, in fact, let's play it for you one more time because I think it's worth repeating.
Oh, yeah. All about sex.
It actually sounds so well recorded.
It
And
does.
We did it in like one take.
Yeah, it was one take exactly.
There's no like real
And just like in real life, it only took 15 seconds. Hey, in case the lawyers are listening.
The following segment of the Totally Useless Information podcast may be too sultry and too sexy for some listeners.
For the rest of you, we really don't care. Hey, what's up, Doc? Researchers have found that consuming yellow and orange-colored foods, it made sperm stronger.
What?
According to the University Herald, it reported that carrots improved the sperm performance by between 6.5 and 8%. Sweet potatoes and melon also enhanced the quantity and quality of sperm. So what's up, Doc?
So what enhanced the quality?
The orange-colored foods like carrots, sweet potato, melons, and the like.
Really?
Mm-hmm. According to the University Herald, that's what they reported.
University Herald.
Mm-hmm.
So you eat a lot of carrots, you got some better sperm.
That's right.
Huh.
Huh.
I actually read this, Nick. If you have a sex addiction, this is when it becomes a problem. As though a sex addiction wouldn't be a problem to
begin with. Yeah. What do you mean when it becomes a problem?
Scientists have studied this is when it becomes a problem.
Okay.
If sex takes over your daily thoughts, if you act upon these thoughts, oh my God, and if you become distracted by those thoughts. Now, I think the distracted should have been before the acting on, because what would distract you? The fact that you were acting on it and somebody just happened to walk by the copy room? Or you decided to have sex at the water cooler right in the hallway?
No, I don't think they have water coolers anymore. I think people have gone to like reverse osmosis or something, those kinds of systems.
But they say, Nick, listen, they say if any of these things are taking over your daily life, you should seek professional help, or I guess a prostitute, right? Because
it depends what constitutes. If depends if a prostitute constitutes help.
You know, Nick, if I had a heart problem, I go see the best heart surgeon I know because they have good practice at it.
No.
If I have a sex addiction, I see a prostitute.
Right, yeah.
Not that we're condoning prostitution.
No, not at all. Not at all. I just love when you said you walk by the copy room. Hey, would you like that double-sided? Wait, when it really get really kinky, how about stapling it when you're done? Say that again. Now, you are of German persuasion. Is that right? You have a German background?
Jawohl.
Okay, so I will attempt to butcher this. The German word for
butcher? Why are you butcher?
The German word for contraceptive is Schwangers Schafsverhandlungsmittel. Did I do that?
Oh, yeah, of course. The shot in the house is Magnum Schnitten.
Right. But you know what? By the time you finish saying it,
Do they have like a shorty for it, like the Schaffensnutten?
the Schwanzes protector or something.
By the time you say it, you're done.
That's exactly. It's like, hold on, let me open up the wrapper of the Schwanger Schafsverhandlungsmittel. But hold on. But you see, the German language is so entertaining. So how would you say it? So here, let's dim the lights now. Roy's about to have like relations with, well, apparently Heidi Klum. And then he says,
Right. It's like you're in the midst of the whole thing going on and you're like, oh my God, yeah. Oh, Gott, to put ein Schmitten an sich bitten.
boy, if that's not foreplay, I don't know what is.
My schmittel on the piddle.
That's right. Put the spittle on the piddle.
Got to put the hat on the fireman.
And the fire hose. See, you'll learn more than just use
What's the coat? It's a raincoat.
It looks like rain. Wow. Yep, you learn more. See, you learn more. Listen, laugh, and learn are here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
You also learn foreign languages here now.
Exactly. The first one is English.
I was just going to say that. Our English is a
Foreign language. Yeah, exactly. Wow.
Scientists have found that masturbating
Uh-huh.
can help a couple's sex life.
Oh, okay.
So if you're married,
Yes.
been married for a while, and you're having like, you know, some downtime in your sex life there, you know,
Relations, yeah.
masturbating could help. Scientists say that you can gauge what turns you on by what you fantasize while masturbating.
Okay. All right.
So there you go. So go at it, folks. We'll wait.
Oh, while we're waiting.
I'm done.
Wait, I was busy trying to put on the Schwanzer hat with the schmittel.
You put the schmittel on your pedal.
But you know what? If the German government ever heard this show and they said, you know, we want these two guys, Nick and Roy, to do the PSAs for using contraceptives in Germany, what do you think?
Yeah, well, listen, we would do it, and it would probably work for them.
Yes.
Because we've been told that our pictures are contraceptives.
Yes, that's right.
They've stopped sex.
Yeah. Go to nickandroy.com, download our pictures. That becomes birth control.
Exactly. But I will say this: Schwanz is a kind of like a word for penis in German. Your Schwanz.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Makes
Schwanz and Stipple, Schnippel,
Schmittel.
Spittle.
The longer a man's ring finger is compared to his index finger,
Really?
you know what that means?
Don't tell me. Yes.
The more testosterone he has.
Oh, gee, because I have this really long ring finger.
That's right. So once again, the longer a man's ring finger is compared to his index finger, the
Let's
more
see.
testosterone he has.
Oh, I should
So
do
everyone-
pretty good, I guess.
think so, yeah. Looking at it, you know.
Sure.
All right.
And is that a scientific fact?
No, it just means that's the hand you use when you're married.
It's the discovery hand.
That's right.
Scientists have found that if you orgasm within an hour before sleep, you will fall asleep faster and have a much better quality of sleep. So that got me thinking, for all those married couples, so you should masturbate like an hour before bed so that you get a good night's sleep.
An hour before. It takes
It's like melatonin.
Yeah. It takes you an hour before, so you have to prepare an hour before for the 15 seconds of pleasure.
Well, you know, you have melatonin and then you have the amabonin.
Now, there are two organs that females have
Yes.
that are self-cleaning.
Really?
First one is the eye, it's self-cleaning, and the other organ that's self-cleaning, just like a self-cleaning oven, is the vagina.
The vagina is
It
self-cleaning.
is self-cleaning, so you don't have to put anything up the passage to clean it, so to speak. So eyes and the vagina both have self-cleaning properties.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I have two. One is my eyes, and the other is when I eat beans.
Yes, that's the propulsion method of cleaning.
Yes, just so much pressure.
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
Animals, 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 crazy animals.
The cat at the end. I love the cat.
Yeah.
Birds fly. We all know that.
Of course.
Well, not all birds. Penguins don't fly.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
See, you just agreed with me, Nick.
That's right, Roy.
Saying anything.
Yes, Roy. That's right.
But there's only one bird, and one bird only, that can fly backwards.
Backwards. Really?
Yes. Yes, and I've seen it.
The eagle?
The hummingbird.
Oh, okay.
I've actually watched it. We put out one. We had a house in upstate New York by a lake. It was really cool, and there was a lot of wildlife around there. But we put up one of those hummingbird things and put the sugar water in it, and sure as hell, two hummingbirds were drinking from it, but they would go backwards. They'd fly backwards, and then they'd fly forwards again, and get some, of the sugar water, and then they'd fly backwards again. They can fly backwards. The only bird. So write that down.
So when they fly backwards, do you hear beep beep beep?
Yeah, there's a hummingbird. Or next thing you know, I put the spittle on my piddle.
15 times apparently. So if you you know what? So you have a hummingbird and then you have a songbird, right?
Yes.
They're friends. So one sings the song, one just hums it along. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Backwards.
Frogs contain antifreeze. During the wood frog's hibernation, cryptoprotectants inside of the frog's bodies act like an antifreeze, preventing ice crystals from forming inside their cells by lowering the body's freezing point, keeping their cells and tissues from freezing and bursting.
So they have an antifreeze.
In an Uncle Harry. In Alaska, wood frogs go 8 months without peeing.
What?
They recycle their urea.
I can't go like half the night without peeing.
That's right.
3 times, and I'm so old.
Well, their prostates are in better shape, apparently. So they recycle their urea and it's into useful nitrogen and keeps the small frogs alive as they hibernate and freeze inside out. It doesn't warm them up, right?
Recycle their own urine.
But it protects the cells and tissues, even the critter's heart, brain, and bloodstream. So a wood frog has these cryptoprotectants in their system, and they hold their peas just so they prevents them from freezing.
It's an amazing planet, Nick.
It is.
The shortest lifespan of any animal. Mm-hmm. Now, this is scary. The mayfly is born and lives for 24 hours. So never, ever take a check from a mayfly. Just cash.
That's right. It's like you used to say in that movie, don't buy green bananas.
Right. And no, if a mayfly tells you they're going to make you a delivery tomorrow, no, it's not coming.
Yeah. He'll absolutely positively be dead overnight.
Yeah. You know what the mayfly's motto is? Never put off till tomorrow because there is no tomorrow. No, but the mayfly only lives for 24 hours. It's born and dies within a 24-hour span.
Is it only
so when you say make the best of the day,
think of the mayfly. No, they call the mayfly because they're only born in May.
It may.
Like a June frog, a May. What is it? A May bird. What is it? A mayfly? What did you say?
It was a wood frog.
A wood frog. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. A frog with wood. Imagine that.
It wasn't even my thing, and I remembered it.
Exactly. In December 2020,
can anyone say Prevagen? Brought to you by Prevagen.
Prevagen. Yeah. Take twice daily. In December 2020, a zoo technician first found that Tasmanian devils can produce a visible glow under the gaze of ultraviolet light. Special proteins in their skin and fur appear to absorb energy from the sunlight and then emit the energy at dusk in a different wavelength beyond what the human eye can process. So
That's wild.
it also opens up the tantalizing possibility that more land mammals could produce or absorb light than we currently know. So both flying squirrels and spring hares have been observed to give off a glow under their UV light as well. So Tasmanian devils, flying squirrels, and spring hares.
I had some fun with my lovely wife. I put the glow-in-the-dark spittle piddle on and danced around.
Listen, that's not a bad idea. Glow-in-the-dark contraceptives, right?
It was green. It was green, Nick.
It was green.
And I just danced around in the dark. It looked like a cucumber was floating all around the room.
But think about it. So those are entrepreneurs out there. Think about it. You know, if you have glow-in-the-dark prophylactics, okay, glow-in-the-dark condoms, you can find them in low light.
Oh, look what I found.
Yeah. Wait,
My
let me
spittle piddle.
let me check out my ring finger.
If you have a size 3 ring, sorry.
Sorry. We're sorry for you.
All right, here was my teaser. The common garden snail is a dentist's dream. They have between 14 and 20,000 teeth. The common garden snail has between 14 and 20,000 teeth. Their microscopic teeth are called radula. Snails spend most of their money on toothpaste. No. You were listening so attentively.
And dental floss.
But they're called radula, and they have 14 to 20,000 of them. That's a mouthful.
Well, how do you brush them? How do you floss them? It takes them forever.
That's why they're so slow, I guess. They're just moving about, cleaning their teeth.
You know what? If you're a snail out there, dentistry is in your future.
You know about the snail that bought a new Corvette, but he would only buy it if they put an S on the door?
No, what
so
happened?
that when people saw it, they'd say, "Look at that S cargo."
Look at that escargot.
That's a little snail humor.
It is, yeah. Sorry, I'm a little slow. It takes me a while to get it.
Yeah, what a slug.
So so we said earlier, we were talking about frogs, about how about a frog that salutes, if you know what I mean.
What?
A team of researchers from Brown University, the University of Vienna, and Smith College found that giving a male Bornean rock frog some testosterone pushes them to exaggerate their provocative kicking gestures. They basically, like their leg flings up into the air as if to salute, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when I take like Viagra, I salute. It springs into the air. And
Exactly.
It's a salute. My leg. of
According
course.
to
I'm
the
talking
study.
about my leg, folks.
That's right. The frog's legs. Delicious. Would a squeeze of lemon on it? Sure.
Did I ever tell you about the story about the Adirondacks where we'd hear at night, "Whoop, whoop, whoop, whoop," which actually is the sound of a bullfrog?
Okay.
So we'd hear these loud bullfrogs, and we decided let's go out at night with a flashlight, and we filled pretty much, I think, like 30 of them into the boat after we shot them. And I'm sorry, Peter. But we did eat them, folks. So you just pull them, you put their head through a little nail on a board, you pull their legs back and chop it, and now you have the edible portion of the frog, which is the frog's leg. And then you batter them, put them in a little batter and fry them. They're delicious. Tastes like chicken.
Right. You'd be happy you did. One other thing about this testosterone given, these people, they suggest that their experiments show that the kicking gesture evolved as a means to intimidate other males by taking advantage of their visual system.
So it got them pissed, the testosterone. Got them all.
Yeah, all randy and everything. But it did two things. Not only did it attract a mate, it also attracted a predator like a snake, and it gets eaten.
Oh,
yeah.
God. So all that stupid behavior attracted the foe as well as the friend.
The doe and the foe.
Frog flipped around and he was like, "Look at unspittle, unspittle."
And the snake's like, yum, yum, yum.
The fastest animal, well, the fastest land animal in the world
Okay.
is the cheetah.
Oh.
So folks, get your pens ready. The fastest land animal in the world is the cheetah. It can run 75 miles per hour. Now, just think about that. That's crazy. I mean, 75 miles per hour. The fastest bird is the peregrine falcon. How fast do you think he could fly, Nick? The peregrine falcon.
Faster than
Speeding bullet? No.
no. I don't know, 85 miles an hour.
242 miles per hour. Now,
Wow.
that's like faster than most supercars.
Yeah.
So the Falcon is super fast, 242 miles per hour. Black marlins are the fastest sea animal. This was a threefer. And they swim, get ready for this, 80 miles per hour.
Whoa.
The black marlin, 80 miles per hour. And my wife drives 30 miles over the speed limit in Florida, which is 70. So just think about that. She's the fastest woman on the planet.
Yeah. So those of you who
says all the state troopers.
Yes. So 75 miles per hour is 120 kilometers per hour for us Canadians, because I'm in Toronto, Roy's in Florida.
Yeah. 242 miles per hour is what?
Well, let's see. 242 miles per hour is 389 kilometers per hour.
Can you imagine that's how fast the Falcon flies? That's
Wow.
crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
So here's my teaser. How much straw could break a camel's back? Because you know the expression, it's the
Sure.
straw that broke the camel's back. So it had me wondering, a camel can carry 170 to 270 kilograms, or over 375 pounds. So our final interval of the maximum amount of straws of hay that actually can break the camel's back is between 2.1 million to 18 million straws.
Oh,
That would literally break the camel's
break the
back.
camel's back.
Exactly.
Oh my God, that's great.
2.1 million to 18 million straws to break the camel's back.
Einstein was a moron. Newton was a jerk. E equals nothing in science, science, science.
The two most popular jingles, according to our listeners, this one that you just heard, the science one, and animals.
Yeah. I know, because it's just so science. It's so catchy.
It's very catchy, and it was something that Roy...
Einstein was a moron. Newton was a jerk. E equals nothing. It's science.
Yeah, exactly. Move over Lennon and McCartney. It's Locasio. According to a study by psychologists from the University of Utah and the University of Kansas, backpackers scored 50% better on a creativity test after spending 4 days in nature, disconnected from electronic devices.
How many days?
4 days of total disconnection from, like, off the grid, literally. 4 days in nature. They scored 50% better on creativity tests after they spent the 4 days in nature.
The sun produces photons, or what creates the nuclear reaction that creates the fireball that is the sun and creates the light. Those photons then expelled from the sun, but they take from the time that the photon is born in the core of the sun to reaching the outer portion of the sun. It takes 40,000 years for these photons to travel from the center of the sun to the sun's surface. 40,000 years.
So isn't that one of those foldable beds? Oh, that's a futon. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a futon is completely different. That's what you sleep on, Nick, when you're in trouble.
Yes. And it's
Nick has one in the doghouse.
Yes. As I've stated many times on this show, my
Stayed in there for 40,000 years.
Yeah, it feels like it sometimes. My doghouse is fully furnished, complete, with central air. For those members of our female audience, welcome and thank you for listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. And if you've experienced childbirth through cesarean section or C-section, and for those of you who don't know what that is, it's a surgical delivery of a baby through a cut or an incision made in the mother's abdomen and uterus. Healthcare professionals use it when they believe it is safer for the mother, the baby, or both. The incision made in the skin may be up and down, which is vertical. Well, how did that come to be? Why do they call it the cesarean section or C-section? Roman law under Caesar decreed that all women who were so fated by childbirth must be cut open, hence cesarean.
Wow.
Kind of barbaric, but that was
A little barbaric, but then again, I mean, what the hell did they know?
No, but that was a law which was, barbaric. But today, the medical professionals use it to save the baby's life with the mother.
Well, today things are completely different. I mean, for those woke people out there, men can get pregnant.
What?
You didn't hear that, Nick?
No.
There's men that call into work. They say they're pregnant, or they buy actual pregnancy tests.
Ah.
Yeah. Men are doing it now, Nick. Real men with very small ring fingers.
Yeah. Let me show you the other finger. What do I think of that, huh?
No, apologies to the woke crowd.
Yes. When they say
We're really woke here. In fact, I woke up about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. And it sounds it.
A moderately active person, Nick, takes 7,500 steps every day.
Okay.
So that means that me and Nick take about 100 steps. No, moderately active person, 7,500 steps a day. So I started doing the math. If you maintain that average by the age of 80, you will have taken 216,262,500 steps, give or take a step or two. That's 110,000 miles,
wow,
or 5 times around the earth.
No wonder my feet are sore.
Right? Can you imagine? So just some simple math. If you're moderately active, so somebody that jogs and runs and stuff like that can clearly double that.
I get somewhere between 9,000 and 10,000 steps a day. On average, because
do you? I do too.
I have a step counter that I wear on my wrist, and it tells me between 9,000 and 10,000. So today, actually, before we started our show today, I actually did 2 40-minute walk stints. I ran an errand, but I decided to walk instead of driving, so I spent almost an hour and a half walking. I feel great. And then I
walked to my car. It was fantastic.
It was great. So we are soon going to be on TikTok, so stay tuned for that. But so I was on TikTok and I saw this doctor, Dr. Anthony Yoon. He shared some
coming on the show.
I don't know. I can probably reach out to him. Let's see if he can come on.
Let's
the show.
Get him on.
Well, he has 5.1 million followers on TikTok.
If we get him on the show, it'll be Yoon and Nick. Unique.
Let me look down. Oh, yeah, it is that finger.
How many followers?
5.1 million TikTok followers. And here are some simple hacks. To get rid of hiccups, put 2 fingers right on your wrist crease and press down until you hold your breath for a few seconds. So to get rid of hiccups, you put 2 fingers right on your wrist crease and press down while you hold your breath for a few seconds, according to Dr. Yoon. He next explains how to best eavesdrop on someone. Try listening with your right ear, not your left, because your right ear is connected to the left side of your brain, which processes speech and language.
In normal people.
Right.
Not us. Nick.
No, not exactly. And that's in my good ear. And another piece of advice, Dr. Yoon claims that you can trick your body into being able to see better in the dark. So to see at night, keep one eye closed when you turn the light on at night, and that way the light turns on. You open that eye that the pupils are still dilated, and you'll be able to see in the dark.
Like a cat.
That's right. So one eye open, or a dolphin, because apparently they sleep with one eye open. So thank you, Dr. Anthony Yoon, and you can check him out on TikTok. Maybe we'll have him on the show. We'll let you know if we can get Dr. Yoon on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
So we were talking about photons traveling from the sun. Well, it takes light 8 minutes and 19 seconds to travel from the sun to Earth. So the light that we see is literally 8 minutes and 19 seconds old. I think we already spoke about this at one of our other shows about how light travels from the sun to the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
But how long does it take for light to travel from the sun to Pluto?
Oh.
So again, handy dandy calculator.
So hold on. So if the sun were to type in its GPS, Earth,
Right.
It'll say it'll get there in 8 minutes, and
Right. At 186,000 miles per hour.
that's right. And then it
Which
also
is the speed of light.
the speed of light. And then the sun says, okay, let me punch in my GPS device, destination Pluto. How long will it take?
It says make a left at Venus. No. It's, put on ein Spittel.
That's right. Make a right on Uranus.
It would take 5.5 hours.
Oh.
So 5.5 hours for light from the sun to reach Pluto. That is crazy. That's nuts. 5.5 hours.
And of course,
186,000 miles per hour.
that is mind blowing. And of course, because we've heard stories of people putting in an address in the GPS, so it said destination Pluto, but it wind up on Uranus. Go figure.
Mind up Uranus.
Right. How about mosquitoes and music and sex? A study
What do they have in common, Nick?
Well, a study recently on mosquito feeding and breeding habits found that the insects were less likely to eat or reproduce when the song Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites by Skrillex is playing. The specific type of mosquito research was Aedes aegypti, also called the yellow fever mosquito. Before detailing the experiment, researchers noted that it is known that electronic music, just like the Skrillex people play in their breakout single, it disrupts their mating habits.
Yeah,
So-
it's like that house music. It's really annoying. I'll be honest with you. I don't like it.
They found that the noise makes it harder for them to receive signal from the hosts.
Yeah,
Or,
it disrupted my sex habits.
yeah.
My wife was like, I'm going in the bedroom. I was like, what? Again? Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom.
And you're
What
like, wait a
the
minute.
hell?
Did I just walk into an Abercrombie and Fitch?
Did you have anything else to say about this, Nick?
I don't. I'm all done with music and mosquito and sex. So they don't
Yeah.
like electronic music. I just thought of this. Maybe I should participate in the study because the one type of music they do like is Sting. Mosquitoes like
Very
Sting.
funny, Nick.
Thank you very much.
One of the greatest names in science, and definitely the greatest paleontologist in history,
Yeah.
her or they.
You choose.
No, her name is Mary Anning. Anning.
Okay.
Mary Anning.
All right.
She has found, look, she has found thousands upon thousands of fossils and new fossil discoveries of new species. She is clearly the greatest paleontologist in history. She had 10 siblings, but only her and one other family member, sibling,
Yeah.
made it to adulthood. They came from an extremely poor family. And get ready for this one. She never attended school.
Oh.
And she's thought of as one of the greatest scientists in history. Never attended school. Came from an extremely poor backwoods family.
Kids out there, it is important to stay in school.
Right.
Roy
Stay in school because that's where the girls are.
And the boys. And think about it. Roy and I went to school. We graduated, and look what we're doing. Totally useless information. With
Two
Nick and
great
Roy.
things that we could tell you kids. A, stay in school. And B, wear a spittle.
Go to our website. And,
Just good advice, Nick.
that's right. It's great advice. Here's some more great advice. Go to nickandroy.com, click on Contact Us, or birthdays like this next listener did, and I'll explain. And you can send us an email.
What's in the mailbag? What's in the mail?
Harold P. from Cave City, Kentucky says, your show is amazing. Thank you so much. Come to Kentucky. Well, Harold, I'm coming to Kentucky.
Look out. Yes. Roy's
So
on-
send us an email. I'll give you dates for Onyx Cave. Maybe we'll meet up and take pictures, and you can be on the program.
Be on the show. Exactly. Well, that sounds fantastic. My mailbag comes from Ontario here. George sent us an email, and he requested a birthday message for his daughter. And we sent it because he had sent us all kinds of information. So if you go to nickandroy.com/birthdays, or you click on the birthday tab at the top, like Roy said earlier, you can hear a sample. But then once you click on it, and it's only $24.95. It's reasonably priced for two guys who are really as famous as we are. Okay. You fill out the form about all information about your the birthday person, and we will produce a totally useless information show about the day that they were born. So George says, thank you so much. She was pleasantly surprised. So that's kind of cool. And then he says, we're going to be driving from Toronto to Kamloops, through the U.S. and back through Canada, and the useless information show will be very useful. We are planning on listening to all seasons. We'll be smarter upon arrival from holidays thanks to you guys. Thanks for all you do.
It's just, you got to listen to it. Go to nickandroy.com and click on birthdays. It's awesome.
And now for something completely useless.
An oxymoron, no, it's not nickandroy.com, is actually an oxymoron. Okay? So it's like, hey, is there a word for thesaurus and a thesaurus? I don't know.
Right. That's true. That's confusing.
It is.
What a conundrum.
Exactly. Hey,
that's like a spittle, a conundrum.
Well, put a conundrum on the spittle. An oxymoron, according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, is a combination of contradictory or incongruous words. Incongruous words. Easy for me to not say. Like they use cruel kindness to illustrate their point. Cruel kindness, an oxymoron. But the dictionary also could have used the word oxymoron as an example, because as it turns out, the word is an oxymoron itself. Oxymoron is derived from the Greek words oxys, meaning sharp, and moranos, meaning dull or stupid. So, an oxymoron is actually an oxymoron according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary.
The birthday card, where did it come from?
Oh, wonderful.
Right. So I have to, we did some research. The original birthday card, they're thinking that the original birthday card was more of an invitation to the birthday rather than a birthday card, so to speak, but I'll get to the point. Originally, birthday cards were Roman, and Greeks were thought to maybe, but the Romans really started doing it. It was more of an invitation card to attend a birthday. So that was how it starts. And then it was in the 19th century, the English mass-produced birthday cards and began to produce Christmas cards as well. So birthday cards and Christmas cards really take off in the 19th century in England, I would assume because of the printing press, of course.
Yeah.
But it started out as more of an invitation card to a birthday.
Fantastic. Listen, laugh, and learn. See what happens when you listen to totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Today on the show, we spoke about sex. We learned about spittles. We talked about animals. And
we played with our spittles.
We did. We talked about science. It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
In my teaser at the top of the show, I said the headline for news from around the world was, be careful what you wish for, and I have two examples. Two men got into a serious argument one day. It escalated and became so heated that one of them eventually called the police.
Why?
When the two had been calmed down, their identification...
Why, Coach Klein?
When the two eventually calmed down and their identification was taken and given to the police... Bingo. Both of them turned out to be on the police wanted list.
Oh, no. So they called the police even though there was an APB, an all points bulletin, by the way. That's what an APB is.
That's right.
There was an APB for their arrests.
A small but important fact that they had forgotten to tell the police during the dispute. So imagine they're in the middle of this heated argument. They say, "That's it. I'm going to call the police," and they did. And then when they looked at the ID, one cop said to the other,
"They were placed into the same pen."
That's right.
They forgot what the argument was about. Because they were both arrested for being convicted felons.
That's right. My second example of be careful what you wish for On Father's Day, 10-year-old Brian Klein was playing with his father's old handcuffs.
That's funny. I said, tell me, Coach Klein. So good. Klein was playing with his dad's handcuffs?
Yeah. Now,
Were they still on his mom?
No. Dad was a security agent. That's
He
how
found them on his mom's bed.
That's right.
Good.
Mom, why are they pink fluffy material on these cuffs? So Dad was a security agent, which is why he has cuffs. And so this 10-year-old cuffed himself to William Klein Jr., who was 33.
Ooh, okay.
All right? It was a cute little joke until they couldn't find the key.
Uh-oh.
William called police. It was in Des Moines, Iowa, by the way. They all had a good laugh as the cops removed the cuffs.
Yeah.
Because, they put on the cuffs. First of all, it's kind of strange that a 10-year-old was playing with a 33-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless.
Yeah, but you could say they declined the cuffs.
That's right.
Declined the cuffs.
When they removed the cuffs, they had a good laugh. Then, as is routine, police ran Klein through their database.
Oh, no.
And discovered 2 arrest warrants were outstanding.
Throw him in the pen with the other 2 boobs.
Minutes later, the police were back at Klein's home when they recuffed him, this time for real.
Oh, my God. So the man cuffs himself.
Right.
Calls the police to get them off.
Right, because they can't find the key, right? They can't find the key.
But he's a convicted felon.
So they're laughing at this. Oh, look at this. Ha, ha, ha. You put on handcuffs. You can't
Welcome
get them
to
out.
the world's stupidest people.
That's right. So then they checked his ID, and then they went back to the house. They recuffed him this time for real. So
Any way these guys could fill out employment things for totally useless information staff?
that's right. We're looking.
We need these people.
We do. Hey, that's all the time we have for this episode of Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. On behalf of all of us here at Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, we all scour the internet and other sources to find totally useless information for you guys right here in Season 6.
So stop using your ring finger to play with your piddle.
Oh, spittle.
And just go around and tell everybody about this show because we do appreciate it and we do it for you. And it's getting so popular. We are really, really, really thankful to everyone that listens.
Wait till you hear what we have for Season 7.
Season 7's coming up, folks. And tell a friend about the trend. Tell everyone you know about Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
Thanks for listening.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is a production of nickandroy.com. Visit nickandroy.com to access the full library of episodes or wherever you get your podcasts.